all good.
Oop, there it is. Yeah, we'll go back on. You try this again.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, it's the Whiskey Wednesday show once again here. We had a little bit of a drop. Pardon me on that. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks like we might have a camera issue that I'll have to deal with between now and next week. Oh, here we go. We are tuned. Are we tuned? I can't even tell. I hate it when we have technical stuff at the top of the show. I mean, it's part of running your own broadcast. I did spend part of this week doing some tweaks to the audio, and it makes me wonder if maybe the computer load was just too much, so I've removed one of the cameras, and we're back on track. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday show. It is April 16th, and I am here with the full band tonight and Barry. We are down to one camera, little technical glitch that I'll deal with next week, and we're having fun saying hi to people all across Canada, Campbellford, Newfoundland, Winnipeg sort of take priority. Close fourth these days is Kenora, after our most excellent adventure. Did you have a good time?
I did.
You did?
Had a great time.
I had a fantastic time. We've got a bunch of video about that. I went out to, hey Roger, back home in Newfoundland, good to see you. MLM, nice to see you. You're half tuned in, but getting there, good for you there, Justin. Adam Crowley, how are you? Tony Arkell, Ron Bisonette. Ron, we did open your bottle of whiskey tonight. Is this mine, Neil?
It must be.
Where's yours?
I finished it. And it's
Oh, okay. So we're having some of the Ron Bisonette whiskey tonight. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Is it amp on out there? Volume, Ken. Volume.
Sure. There we go.
We've got a great show tonight. Me and Neil went to Kenora. We had a really fun time. Ed Franco, a friend who I met through West Bend, he's been a friend for over 15 years. When he first came up to direct a show, he's directed both my daughters, and I've worked with him on musicals that I worked with Brian on. And he's an awesome guy, and he invited me out to Kenora to adjudicate for part of the Kenora District Festival of the Arts. And I kept the camera rolling the whole time. So we got lots of footage of Neil sleeping, and lots of footage of Neil walking, and lots of footage of Neil looking at his phone. Lots of footage of all kinds of stuff.
That makes it sound like a very dull weekend.
It wasn't, actually. You'll see all about it, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see all about it. Roger Price says, hey, Neil.
Hey, Roger.
Oh, Steve Ostolfano's got a friend coming over to watch. Excellent. Well, we got a fun weekend movie for you, and we've got a full night of music as well. Still playing with this new reverb from Deadwood. Just absolutely loving it. Getting some sparkle, some shine, and some jangle. Ray Price it is? Is that where we're going? Back to Ray Price? 1, 2. 1, 2. Heartache number 1 was when you left me. I never knew that I could hurt this way. Heartache number 2 is when you came back again. You came back, but you never meant to stay. Now I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Now I've got heartaches by the number, the love that day. With hopeful heart I waited for your knock on the door. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Now I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Now I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. The day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Oh, a little heartaches by the number to get you all going on Wednesday night. Hope everybody's had a great week. We're cleaned up from the storm here mostly, which is fantastic. Spring is starting to wake up around here. Little shoots coming out of the ground and stuff, which is good. And after the ice storm, I had the guys in Goivier came in to get the trees out, so they're gone. And all the stuff we realized this winter about Allison not being able to actually get out of the house if there was a fire or an emergency. So Josh Cork started building a deck with a ramp in the backyard. Well, it's just moving things around so we can move out. It's a long ramp. It's got to be, so anyways, not going to get into all that, but ordered the lift for the pool and the pool heater, so getting the pool ready for Allison, getting a way to get her out of the house. Things around here are doing really well. Got a new skateboard. I'll show you guys in a minute. Really happy about that. Set up for the summer now. We had such a fantastic time in Kenora. I came back feeling completely refreshed and rejuvenated. I feel like my battery was recharged. It was just great going out, working with kids. Something about the kids. It's a hard persona to for me to make sure I don't keep saying words that start with F. But it's really cool to work with them. I don't know, it brings me back to that perspective of starting out, having the whole thing in front of you, which is really cool. So it was great, some great, and also some adult artists as well, dancers, visual artists, everything was in there. It was all there. You're going to see it all. It was really, really cool. Delicious. But me and Neil at the late night portions, they had us downtown at a B&B, which was a really cool little spot. But
called the Stone House.
It was the Stone House.
No D.
Oh right, yeah, okay, well, it was the Stone House because I was never stoned there. Anyways, but across the street is a place called the Vault that we hung out at both nights we were there and got to know the owner a little bit, and it was really cool. So. Shout out to Kenora, anybody watching The Vault, if you're sitting there and if they happen to be showing it on the TV.
And hello, Chad.
Hello, Chad, yes. And Chad said, if you're watching at The Vault, there's a free round right now. I'm just kidding, Chad. See, this is what happens when you say, what if I put it on the screen here? I'll get you in trouble.
It was Jordan and Maddie said you were doing that, Chad, so blame it on
Oh, yes. Anyways, we had a great time, and we've got a video to prove it coming up. Hey, Lori Cooper, how you doing? Yeah, kids keep me young. Yeah, I know. It's just crazy. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, Kenora Adventure. Speaking of the Kenora Adventure, this is a song that I played in Kenora with Neil when I did my solo show, which was a duo show because Neil played with me. I keep saying things like, oh, it's so nice to be doing a solo concert here. This is Neil. Oh, this is a duo concert. Sorry. Did a lot of that over the weekend. We had a really good time. Hey, Charmaine, how you doing? This is a song about Newfoundland. And I told all my new friends in Kenora about my friend Clark Hancock back home, my skateboarding partner. The city harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind. You can't walk out on that dock and stand beside the sea-torn freighter. Sense those stories of the lives that live within. You can't have it the way it was. Have to take it as it is. Those times will change. Those days are gone. Those days will pass but not forgot. You can't stop the winds and change. Forever in your mind, self-same. Lord, don't be sad. We were blessed for what we had. Those days are gone. The memories cast in stone. And I know I'm not alone. And it thrills me to the bone. In this place called home. You can't lose what you don't own. The deepest ties you'll ever know, right here at home. Down Water Street, the storefronts changed a few blocks north. Who would ever blame? Fight against this hurting change and waiting game. How many words can twist and burn like spark to hay? No further down, no further down this hurting old time road we'll stray. Ever take it as it is. Those times have changed, those days are gone. Those days are past but not forgot. You can't stop the winds of change. Forever in your mind, self-same. Hello, don't be sad. We were blessed for what we had. Those days are gone. The memories cast in stone. And I know I'm not alone. And it chills me to the bone. In this place called home. You can't lose what you don't own. The deepest ties you'll ever know. Hurts so bad to let you go. And I thought that I just came to say hello to this place called home. The city harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind. I see Ed is tuned in, Ed and Leonard, and the puppies, I'm sure, as well, who you will meet in the video. Roger Price and Llewellyn, yeah. Yeah, watching the Montreal Canadiens. I know you're a fan there, aren't you, Llewellyn? Llewellyn's a big fan of the Habs.
Hey, I'm a Habs fan too. How are they doing? Anyone want to report in?
Lou's watching. Give us a report there, Lou. Keep us up to date as the show goes on.
We need one more point to get into the playoffs.
Is that what it is? I'm going to do this. I'm just gonna leave, I can still see this down here. I'm going to lay this down here so the Barry's got more space. We're running on the fly here tonight. A little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Just kind of.
We're flying on the run.
Tied at 1, Adam Crowley says.
Yeah.
Tied at 1. Okay, we got that down there. I can keep an eye on all you down there. This is good. I like this new vibe. This is cool. I don't really like having you all on the floor, but that's okay. I got my hat on. You can't tell where I'm looking. Whiskey Wednesday, what a fun time. We have a Kenora adventure. It's called Ken and Neil's Excellent Adventure. It went through a few title changes, but we figured it was just easy to rip off Keanu, from Keanu made success with it, so why not? So we are now going to get into the part 1 video. Part 1 is kind of us getting there, and then there's an interview with Ed, who is you're going to find out who he is. And I think it ends with that, and then part 2 is a lot of the festival and the antics. I don't even know. Allison put this together. I shoot all the video. She gives me the numbers to cut in, and I don't even really look at what she's doing sometimes. It's better. So this is the first for me too, ladies and gentlemen. Here's part 1 of 2 of Ken and Neil's excellent adventure in Kenora, Ontario. Heading out to Kenora. Got my new travel companion here. I've always wanted a suitcase with wheels on it that I could take through the airport. This one here has got a little handle, and it's just fantastic. It follows me around when I'm walking through the airport. See, isn't that nice and easy? Hey, Stanley. Stanley, hi, how are you? Do you want to come cuddle with me over here? Yeah, Stanley, you want to come cuddle over here? No. You're a prick, aren't you, Stanley? Stanley. Stanley, you won't even look at me, little fucker. We're a little ways into our trip. How are the drivers today, Neil?
Well, so far they're pretty good. They're
So far they're pretty good.
way when they need to, so I've got no complaints so far.
Yeah, they're not folding you up too much.
Yeah, I won't say no complaints. Let's just say I'm trying to keep it under wraps.
Ah, there you go. 407 is the way to travel. It's expensive, but you know, for us rich folks, it's great. You know, leave all the struggling musicians down on the 401. You know, sort of stuck in traffic, while us rich folk singers take the 407. You know,
That's right, because folk singing is so lucrative.
folk singing is this is the way we roll.
There goes Ken with Fido.
This is Kuwait in the west end.
We are in the west end of Kuwait. Did you say?
Kuwait.
Kuwaitan. So Kenora is made up of 3 towns that are all come together, and their name is a composite of all 3. Is that what it was?
That's correct. Kuwaitan, Norman, and Rat Portage.
So Keewatin, I always thought it was Keewatin.
No.
Okay, so Keewatin is the K,
Kuwait,
Keewatin, the Norman is the Nor,
the no.
and the No, and then Ra is from the rat.
Yes.
Why do they call it rat portage?
It's muskrats. Yeah.
Muskrats? Well, they should have said muskrats. That's much more appealing than rat.
The railroad's right here. But the fortune, when they changed everything, there's no trains that go through Kenora that are passenger. They're north of here in Red. And so people can live all year round.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So that island over there, is that fully an island, or is that
Yeah,
just separated by a river?
It's an island.
It's an island,
It's all
okay.
lake, it's all lake.
It's all lake. Oh, nice. And how many people are living over there?
I'm not quite sure. There's quite a few cottages.
It's a really neat looking one. Right, it's a beautiful lake here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ed Franco here. I'm out in Kenora with Ed for the KDFA, which is the Kenora District Festival of the Arts, which is a program that was started by Ed. Was it started by you? No.
It started in 1931.
Oh,
Shut down during World
you must have been
War.
very young
I
when you
must
started
have been
that.
very young when I started that. Closed down for World War II. Closed down a bit during COVID, but it's kind of going full bore right now, and it's a great.
We're almost at
great-
100 years.
You know what? It almost is really when it was birthed. Yeah, the birthday will be 6 years from now for the
That's amazing.
100th.
Um,
Wow.
The last time I was here solo. And when I do solo shows, I find that I get immersed into the town a little bit more. You know, I get to, when you're with the band, you kind of stay with each other and you stay on the tour bus. And
I get that, yeah.
when you're by yourself, you go out and you meet people. And last time I was here, I had a great time. And this time I have been around. And I was saying to Neil at breakfast, I said, like, I feel so comfortable here. And
Nice.
he was saying that he feels the same thing. Like, everywhere we went, be it the museum across the street or a restaurant or a pub, everybody has kind of somehow had a connection to why we're in town. They all know about the event. Everybody knows about what's happening in town.
Good.
We've had went for breakfast this morning, and we had people that we had kind of run into, I guess, but I didn't actually meet through the event last night, and they were sort of saying thank you and stuff. And
it just seems like, you know, between the bars and the restaurants and the stores that I'm going to, everybody kind of knows what everybody else is doing in town. Everybody is very connected. And I'm not just talking about with the show with me. I mean, you know, Bob, who passed away recently, who had the place downtown, Bob's Burgers. You know, everybody's been telling me the Bob story and how Bob was the big sort of person who sort of really sort of helped to foster local music. And last night at the Vault, meeting the folks down there, and they were talking about, you know, the sort of the scene in town. But everybody's very connected. It seems like a very inclusive town. It seems like people are very, very in touch with what's going on with each other. It's comforting for a town that's, you know, this is a larger town. What did you say? We're at
16,000.
16,000.
But in the summer, it just grows exponentially.
Well, of course. You asked me to come out and adjudicate,
yes.
Which, you know, I've done a little bit of it. I'm not a professional sort of musician in that area where, you know, I sort of get into festivals grading, you know, people.
Yeah.
But I have done a lot of working with youth, and I was really excited to come up and do this, especially the way that you had kind of laid it out for me. And it was a great group of kids I saw. Actually, not just kids; it was kids and adults, all working together.
Yep.
It seems like the music teachers here in the schools are really tied in with the other musicians in town,
yes.
be it sort of local retired musicians, young up-and-coming musicians, other arts organizations such as yourself and Leonard, what you're doing with the sort of the classical and the Broadway and the opera and all that stuff. Yeah. It's all kind of really tied in nicely together here. Yeah. But I was really quite happy to see the support that young people had for music here, and the festival itself has been going for 2 weeks now. You've had not just music, you've had
dance, visual arts, film and video,
wow.
which was new this year. KDFA Cafe, which is that acoustic cafe and electric jam. We started it last year. That was really one of my pet projects because since I've been here, I just see such a thriving culture of your world. Mm-hmm. And they and some really fine talent, but they're not being addressed by the festival. The festival is a supportive educational place
right.
for artists to go to that one time a year and meet mentors and adjudicators and leaders in the field to gain experience and knowledge and with their wisdom.
You know, I know it changed my life. You know, the Coca Conference came to St. John's when I was 17, and I got to meet some record executive people and some people in the business for the first time ever in my life as a teenager. And you know, I got to say, what do I really need to do here? You know, I'm a musician.
Awesome.
I want to do this for life. What do I have to do? And they, you know, they told me their stories, and it had an impact on me. I mean, that's part of the reason I like to do these things with young kids, is to try and, you know, help to answer their questions, because it's the music and arts world is it can be very confusing, you know.
It's scary.
It's scary. It's such a wonderful thing. You as a young person, you discover art, you know, whether it's weaving or music or painting or whatever, and you think, this is lovely, I'd love to do it, but how do I do this? And it's a risky road.
And there's many roads to take.
There are many.
Which is the right road for you.
Yeah.
You know, your friend goes this road, but you all of a sudden decide to take another road, and where's it going to end up? And no one knows where it ends up.
Nobody.
Look at your journey, right?
Exactly.
Like, from the rock and roll 4-man band to, you know, in Whiskey Wednesdays in Campbellford.
It's been an amazing trip, but it has to change all the time, and sometimes it changes naturally. But the good thing about being able to pass on your stories to the young kids is, you know, you can read about a story, you read about somebody's story in a magazine or whatever. I mean, not magazines anymore, but online, and you kind of get their story. But when you talk to them and you say, well, I'm looking to do this, then you get the second story from people. You get I started to do that. Yeah. That was actually something I wanted to do, but after a year it turned into this, and then you start to see other people's journeys, and you start to see some of the things that might be ahead of you. So I think it's really important as artists and creators to, you know, once we've been through the machine for, you know, 1, 2, 3 decades, it doesn't mean that we know a lot. It just means that we have a lot of experience.
That's right.
You know, experience isn't necessarily, you know, it's not gold knowledge. You know, some people are very experienced in failing, but you can still learn.
You learn from failure.
Exactly.
You always do.
But sometimes you don't get that when you're just reading or researching a person's story. It's when you show somebody what you want to do, and then they give you a different impression of what came out of their life. And I think that's a really important thing to have one-on-one with kids.
I agree. And I thought yesterday you were able to share that with the students. And you know, it's one thing to hear it from your teachers or from a local teacher, but you hear it from another, that outside source that,
Yeah.
as I find, they usually reinforce the message that's being given already,
Exactly.
but it comes from a source from on high, so to speak. And it just resonates a little stronger and differently, but reinforces, which I think is really important.
I've got to say, I noticed it working with everybody at the event yesterday. You know, yourself and Len, the sound people, the volunteers. Everybody was it was very professional. It was a fantastic day. I mean, everybody was really
I
on
thought
their
so.
game.
So I'm glad to hear that you felt that way too.
So the entire thing has been a success this year. 2 weeks of non-stop presence.
I believe it's been successful.
Excellent.
I think there's things we'll reflect back on and look to improve and grow and build. And tonight it's sort of the accumulation of everything, where we have our highlights concert.
Mm-hmm.
Where actually you're joining us.
Me and Neil are going to come down and
which
play.
is you're our surprise guests.
Excellent.
But we have about 30 little performances happening, plus the visual art on display that was chosen as favorites by the visual arts adjudicators. But it's a grinding 2 weeks, like almost every day there's an event, which is quite remarkable that the community can sustain that. But there's a great love of the arts here.
I mean, I've only been dipping my toe in the pool of arts here for the minute that I'm here, but I'm heavily impressed. I mean, the small town like this to have this much going on is fantastic.
Yeah,
you guys have done a great job of sort of organizing and growing the KDFA.
And that's what we're trying to do, and we're just continuing to find ways. And it's a never-ending sort of taking the vision you have of the organization and just sort of tweaking it, building it, adjusting it, just to sort of adapt to the response. We have a very dedicated group of volunteers that believe in the organization. And the thing about it is a community organization, and it needs the community to support it. And the city of Kenora, every year, April is now, for the last 3 years, is declared and proclaimed is the word, KDFA month, and we have a flag raising ceremony before we start the festival.
Oh, wow. So it's become a big part of the city's
it has been,
yearly
and we're
mandate.
just trying to give it its due. And the mayor will give us this recognition certificate, and our local MPP will do that too, which is good that they know that we're doing this work to keep the arts alive and well.
We will wrap this up today with a little thing that I learned from Brian Finley. Brian showed me this painting once, and he's probably told you the same thing. Sort of a white painting, and in the center was a dark line. And as you get closer to the painting, you realize that the dark line is very dark in the center, and then as you go up from it, it gets lighter in the bottom. And they've done like a stippling technique where you dot the pencil on the paint. And there's all these dots that make the line. And in the center, it's pitch black, and then it sort of gets faded, and then it gets faded as it goes up. But then up here, there's one dot. I looked at this thing for ages. I'm like, I don't get it, Brian. He said, that's art and music. He said, we all kind of do it, and we all kind of meet in the center, and like the majority of us are in the same place, and that's what makes the dark line. And then we have people that are failing a little bit, and that's what makes the faded line. And you have people that are doing well, and that's the faded line way up there. But then you have that fucking superstar dot that just shot above everybody to stand on their own. And that freaked me out just looking at it. And I was just like, oh my God, what a great way to think about sort of the way that we live as artists. And it's true. And there's no, I mean, some of the artists that have been that sort of shooting star aren't the most technically inclined. They aren't the most trained. They aren't the hardest working. They just had something that made them stand out.
Exactly.
So, it's a combination of...
And it's like that in sports, right? All these guys, a lot of them are very close.
Yep.
And the guys that don't even make the big show, you see them play, they're pretty talented, but...
Oh yeah, they're highly talented.
So those few that are just in the stratosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. That's
exactly. And luckily, I've been in it long enough, as have you, to work with a ton of people in the mid-black and in the shading. And I've had the opportunity to share times with some of those people or those single dots as well.
Exactly.
And as artists, we move around that spectrum. Our life will take you. I as a Newfoundland, as a 16-year-old in Newfoundland, I wanted to play music. I didn't know what it meant. And now, as a 56-year-old musician who's, been doing it for 30 odd years professionally, touring the world and doing everything that I've done, there was no formula. There was no formula, and I can't think of one thing. I can't think of one thing that I did that I could tell anybody that would be, you do this and this will happen. You know, aside from, you know, the X factor is over here. In order to put the X factor into the formula, you need talent.
Yeah.
You need to be somewhat professional, and you need to be in a place where an opportunity can happen. Opportunities happen all the time. If you're not ready for it, it'll pass you by.
Yeah.
But because you're ready for it doesn't mean opportunity is going to happen. You need to create that sometimes yourself. And it's like I say, it's such a weird thing, but it's really great to be able to come out and work with kids. I find I learn from the kids too, you know.
Always.
I mean, you know, when I said to that young bass player, "Who's your favorite bass player?" and he went, "What's his name? I can't remember." Joe Dart. And I went, "Oh, Joe Dart." And I'm thinking, I know the name Joe Dart.
I don't know that name, but...
Well, I'm thinking, I know it, and then I kind of went, "Oh, cool," and then I realized, okay, I just learned something. And last night at dinner, actually, I sat down and I said, "Who are the world's the top 10 bass players in the world right now?" And you know something? I didn't recognize any of them. Jocko wasn't there, Stanley Clarke wasn't there, you know, all my favorite bass players weren't there, and I kind of went, "Oh, these are, you know something, my favorite bass players are all from the 70s. Some of them are actually dead. Of course they're not the world's best bass players anymore." And I'm going, yeah, I'm out of touch. You know, I learned something from a kid, you know, when it comes to bass, which has been my life. You know, I learned, and it got me out looking at this list going, you know something, sometime this week I'm going to sit down and see who these top 10 bass players are, because why are they the top 10 right now? I don't know.
It's like I'm an operatic tenor, right? And I listed all the great tenors, and like ask me who are the current top 10. I couldn't tell you.
Probably don't know exactly.
I don't know who they would be.
So I find sometimes working with kids, I actually sort of get brought back into the world a little bit, which is great.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed, thanks for bringing me out. It's been really fun. We had a great time with you and Len, hanging out with the dogs. We got some amazing food. We really had a good time. So this has been a great time.
It's been wonderful having you guys here and getting to know Neil a bit.
Yeah, he's a super guy. Yeah,
he's awesome.
Strange old man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Whiskey Wednesday Show, Mr. Ed Franco. He is the president of the Kenora District Festival Association, the Kenora Festival District
of the Arts. Kenora District Festival of the Arts.
KDFA.
KDFA.
And he's doing amazing things here in Kenora, along with a bunch of other people, and we've had a wonderful time. So thank you very much, Ed.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
We're back, Barry says.
Strange old guy, huh?
Strange old man.
Strange, yeah. Old? I don't think so.
Age is only in your mind. Sort of.
No, it's not.
Thanks for sitting down and having a chat with me, Ed. I know it was a busy time for you. I got this feedback happening, sorry. I know it was a busy time, and it was the end of the 2 weeks of being really busy, and you picked us up at the airport and drove us back to the airport and had dinner with us one night and, you know, showed us all around and sat down with me for an interview. So, like, you know, thanks for taking the time to do all that stuff. That's very cool. We'll be back with part 2 shortly, which is more sort of the actual festival and shenanigans. Gonna play a song now. This is a song I wrote for Allison. Sun goes down over Wichita Falls. I've seen the best and I've seen them all. That days and nothing more beautiful to see. You wring your hair and you drape your clothes. The sun lights your silhouette shape exposed. It's clear you're bringing out the best in me. Why you wanna waste your time with me? Why you wanna waste your time with me? Why you wanna waste your time with me? Now the years have passed, they've grown and gone, and all we can do is sing this song in a voice that cracks, melody carefree. On the porch we sit as the sun fades away, we wave to the neighbors across the way. I still can't believe you did this with me. And you say, do you want to waste some time with me? Do you want to waste some time with me? Do you want to waste some time with me? Do you want to waste some time with me? So Neil's been learning these songs for, about 7 years now, I guess.
Well, I
6,
was
7
just
years.
distracted by the fact that I think my pickup batteries are done.
Oh, no, nothing about that. You played the song excellently.
Except
Except for that one note.
last chord.
But I remember years ago talking to you, and I remember the conversation saying that, when musicians in a band are all making mistakes all the time, you don't really notice the mistakes. It's just kind of the sound of the band. But as a band gets more and more refined and everybody gets to know everything, you start to notice the more mistakes. Just something you sort of hit one off note in the entire song, and as soon as you hit it, I kind of glanced over and you had this sheepish smile on your face. It's amazing how much it stands out when you only make one little mistake. Changing your battery there, sir?
Well, I think I'll wait until we've done.
We have a
this,
video coming up
and then,
in a minute. We'll get through one more song. Before we do that, Barry's got a little announcement for you. You all ready there, Barry? It could be.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the Whiskey Wednesday show. Every Wednesday we will be here, rain or shine, richer or poorer. Tip jar is in the link above. Never expected but always appreciated. Never confuse the size of your paycheck with the size of your talent. I've got all the money I'll ever need if I die by midnight. Always appreciated, never expected. Please feel free to drop us a line regarding anything, including a link to your money. Cheers.
I came here from the city, trying to find some peace of mind, to get myself on track and buy myself some time. This town is growing on me. Here's a song.
Here we go, we're back.
Holden Caulfield, I think.
Is that who's winning the game here, you think? 3-1 is
It's
the report, ladies and
Caulfield, but
gentlemen.
it's not Holden.
I used to love watching Yvonne Cornwallier, number 22, chunky little guy. He had legs like pistons that ripping down the wing.
I never really watched enough hockey to notice anybody, to really be in part of the conversation at all.
I did back then because we had one channel.
Oh, right.
So, Saturday night was hockey night.
I had
in
3
Canada or
channels.
nothing. So
There was usually a movie on. It was usually like Academy something or other. What was the name of that Academy something?
but of course now I have to be a Penguins fan because of
'Cause of
Elaine's
Elaine's
mom, Mary.
mom,
She's
yeah.
somewhat rabid about the
I know.
Penguins.
She's rabid penguins are a very dangerous
They
thing.
are. It's terrible. It's scary. I mean, you get an emperor penguin coming at you, and he's foaming at the mouth. In other words, better run.
I'm gonna play another song before
quicker than they do.
before getting back to the part 2 of the interview, or not the interview, part 2 of our time in Kenora. When Neil got drunk, oh my, it was funny. Both nights. That's okay, I was pretty out of it too. We do have Dave with us tonight. There he is. Look at that beautiful man. Down to one camera, and this brings the camera to the other side of its spectrum. But he is here. Say hi to the folks there, Dave, or just wave. His mic is on there. You can hear him too. There he goes. David is here with us, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta figure out what happened there. I think it might be something to do with. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out this week.
20th century still in bloom. In fair Conception Bay, oh, the world turned round and men were bound, all for the USA, all for the USA. Onto the streets of New York town, they poured like morning tides to raise the concrete and the steel into the New York sky, up to the New York sky. Can you read and write? Can you drink and fight? Can you take the nights alone? You can make a life for a child and a wife while far away from home, while far away from home. Chelsea girl, she'll free you from the cold. She'll lend a tender loving ear to every story told, to every story told. Have you got the hands, have you got the heart, have you got the cold steel nerve? You can rent the roar on New York floor, you'll get what you deserve. Get what you deserve. Them will fall and them will freeze and crawl home in dismay and kick the heart to God above. They'll break right down and pray. They'll break right down and pray. With the 20th century still in bloom in fair Conception Bay, oh, turn round and men were bound, all for the USA, all for the USA. Little Ron Hines for y'all there tonight with the 20th century construction of the New York bridges and the buildings down there. A lot of Newfoundlanders down there built that stuff. Montreal versus Carolina, 3-2-1. Okay, we're doing good here. It looks like we're getting into part 2 of Neil and Ken's excellent adventure. Are you ready? Yeah? How you doing with your battery change? I think this is pretty interesting here. For anybody who hasn't seen this before, Neil's got one of these new Yamahas, and look what they're using for batteries. Tell me what you think. I'm not sure if I like it. How many times do you need to change these a year?
I mean, they claim that they will outlast a 9-volt, and that, for a better way of putting it, is absolute bullshit.
Yeah, I think so. You put a 9-volt in a guitar and you play it for 15 years, it seems, and you never have to change it. I've seen you changing that one more times than you, I'm not going to say, but other things that take batteries that people change often.
Cars?
Slowly sinking in. Remote controls.
Cars.
Remotes.
Oh, I see.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is part 2 of our trip to Kenora. Here we go. Arrived in Kenora safely. We are at a restaurant. What's the name of this place, Neil? The Dockside Bistro?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that?
Dockside Bistro or something.
It's about to have some food. Nice spot. It's beautiful outside.
It's called the Boathouse.
The Boathouse. Beautiful outside. I'm going to have some grub. Cheers, folks. I mean, I'm not one to, film food and stuff, but where the hell are we? Look at this stuff. I got a bowl of seafood chowder that I really wasn't expecting. Neil ordered a Caesar salad. The stuff seems to be made from scratch. I'm not sure what country we're in here. Looks like we're in food country.
I was sorry that you came and left. And I went outside for a smoke, whiskey toke. Felt the rain and I just got wet. Today across the road that no man should, I chose to walk away from a place that used to be so goddamn good. And I went out searching on my own, trying to find a home, trying to get along.
More amazing food in Kenora. I forgot to get a picture when it arrived. It looked much better. Yeah, Neil's looks about the same as mine right now, but it was really good food. Yours was good, Neil?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. How was dinner last night?
It was great.
It was pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. Well, good food in Kenora, folks. This is the Spirit Oak Hero? No. We're in the Pug. The Hungry Pug restaurant, which is a cool little spot. Very low key, but very high grade. Ed and the gang got us put up at a lovely B&B right downtown. Nice little spot. Our own 2 little rooms with a kitchenette. Neil on his phone. A bit of concrete out back, but it's pitted so much you can't even skate on it. Nice little spot. Kenora has tons of cool things we're finding out. More than we ever knew. Oh, what a lovely day heading over.
There's Coney Island.
That's Coney Island?
Coney Island, that's what they call it. It's not what I pictured at all.
Well, it's lovely. There's where we're heading, the big round building. It's a lovely day for a walk. So you're heading, you're going to make a life in music? Is this something you're hoping to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to music school or are you going to school for something else?
Yeah, I'm going to music school.
You're going to music school?
And then get my ed degree.
And then get your education degree?
Yeah.
Very smart. Yeah, musicians, when I see musicians like yourself, young musicians, I see so much opportunity. You can go down the creative way, which is open to everybody. But you can also, you can become a working musician. You know, the cruise ships and places like that. I have a lot of musicians that have been doing that for 20, 30 years. You know, they spend a few months, they'll go out for 3 months on a ship, they'll play it, and they'll come home for a couple months, and they'll go out again. They do that, you know, every year. They've made careers out of doing that, doing ships and resorts and Vegas shows and theater, you know, sitting in the pit. If you know how to read music and you have an understanding of basic technique on any instrument, you can find work. You can find work that other musicians will never be able to find. And that's because you can sit in a pit at a theater production and they can put the music in front of you and you can read it the same as an average person would read a book. And the ability to do that opens so many doors. Strangest bathroom ever. This is me standing up.
How you doing, Neil?
Good.
Just dropped my coat on the floor.
Oh, wow, that's really well done. This place is neat, eh? It's great, it really is. And the bartenders are super nice, friendly people. Comped us a beer.
That's always awesome. I know you guys can't hear anything. We're having a great time. Cheers. Kenora's awesome.
It's like 10:30 at night. I don't know. The clock, the town hall clock says it's 20 after 2. It's not 20 after 2 in the morning. Downtown Kenora. This is, you know, I'm going to bring back a song. This is a reminder of a song that I wrote about this exact block. I'm just going to spin in a circle here. Give you guys some perspective on something. It's a song based on a story I wrote that happened right here years ago. I think I'm going to bring back. Cops are out doing their business, which is lovely. The Cornerstone, which is now the Vault, is hopping. We're listening to some Rush earlier, which is really cool in a crowded bar on a Friday night. Anyways, having a great time in Kenora. Wow, really, really quite special. Bijou Bob's live music. Bob's Burger Bar. Bob just passed away. The entire town is very sad. Very sad about Bob's passing. No, it's Bob's passing. We're all miss Bob. I don't know Bob, but somebody was just giving me the finger, and that's not what Bob's all about, I don't think. Anyways, sad. I've been hearing all about Bob. Big supporter of live music here in Kenora. Bob's Music, Bob's Burger Bar.
It's not really a hangover as much as a dull headache. It's 9 a.m. and we're gonna go walk some dogs with Ed over in the park and have a coffee, and I'm gonna see if I can nurse this hangover a little bit.
Yeah, what a blast. That was a pretty cool bar.
Yeah, it was cool actually. It was nice. Nice people around there. It was a fun time. First time I've been drinking in a while. I sort of feel a little bit of worse for the wear today. That's okay. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. We're going to go walk some dogs now.
We are.
That'll be fun.
Huskies. They may be walking us. Right?
I know. Walk some dogs, get some coffee and some breakfast. It'll be fun. Hello, Bobby. Ooh, how are you? You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, yes. I know.
She's very friendly with humans. The lick of approval. Hello,
Very good. Your eyes are just gorgeous.
Right?
Day 2 at the Pug. Oh my lord. Fresh whipped cream. Challah bread. Fresh made challah bread. Crispy bacon. Oh, look at that bacon, Neil. That is extra crispy. And what? Oh, look at all that fruit, Neil. That's like 2 servings of fruit. Yes, because I gave you all my fruit. Are you excited, Neil?
I am.
Some neat artwork here, eh? This is really cool, actually. Really, really nicely done. Really nicely done.
Neil's napping. Let's not wake him up. Oh, he's pretending to be awake. Oh, no, he is awake. No, he's not. He's asleep. I can't tell. Is he? Oh, yeah, no, he's awake. He's like my lizard. He sleeps with his eyes open.
That's right.
Doesn't get much better.
I don't even follow the yellow trail.
Yeah, beautiful spot. Beautiful spot.
Oh, I quit board for an old goat, eh? I know, I did that.
A little out of breath. Great session here down the waterfront. Absolutely beautiful. Wood's a little too soft to skate on, but I was looking to get some deck stuff. But I got some stuff over at the pavilion. Oh, what a lovely town. The cops are here too. It's awesome. Knox United Church. We're having the finale of the Kenora District Festival of the Arts. Lovely evening.
rehearsal. It's getting a nice little crowd in here. Should be an interesting night.
And 16 years ago, Ken and Brian wrote a musical called The Selfish Giant, and this opens that show. So this is the first time I think it's ever been performed other than in Campbellford. So good for you, Kenora, and good for you, St. Louis. And thank you, Carrie Favreau and Leonard Whiting at the piano.
responses to the phrase man up. 1, I know what you're trying to say. Man up means to the difficult thing in the face of hardship, to take responsibility. As if women and non-binary people never
But you see, it's on me, it's on my family, in your head, in your head.
This is looking great. On the count of 3, we're going to say, hey, Campbellford. Okay, everybody? 1, 2, 3.
City Harbor lies behind the chain link fence. You can see it from a distance. You can even feel the wind, but you can't walk out on that dock and stand beside the sea-torn freighters. Since those stories of the lives that live within, you can't have it the way it was. Had to take it in.
Having a good time, Neil?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I am.
Oh, here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, late night pizza?
Did you notice that we are conveniently situated between two pizza
Between two pizza places. I think of maybe a slice is an
both
order.
of which, no, God, it's either Boston Pizza or Domino's, and they're both disgusting.
No.
Yes, they are.
We got Shoppers Drug Mart there. No, we have Shop or Ert. Just so you all know what we're doing here. Fuck. Okay. That was the walk from the bar to the house. We're home.
This has been three absolutely terrific days.
Yeah, it really has.
It really has. I mean,
Yeah.
like Chad over there at the bar, is just a lovely guy. He's
And the vault.
treated us, the vault.
What a great building. Look
He's
at it.
He's treated us so well. Beautiful building. It's
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Well, they're not open at Pizza Express. I don't think.
Boston Pizza,
Boston
you mean?
Pizza, not
Yeah,
even
they are
open.
open.
Oh, why aren't we eating there?
Because you came here.
Oh, this one I could see. I was looking this direction.
There you go.
We're very excited.
That explains why you couldn't see the other one.
We're very excited for all kinds of bready goodness.
11.
Candace in the oven. 4 minutes. I love that. It's the coolest thing, man. I don't have to say, is it ready yet?
Final night in Kenora, just back after a long day. There's Neil checking his telephone.
Yeah.
Great spot we got here. Look what we got on the way home. Some A&W root beer and some Domino's pizza. Hand-tossed dough. That's their slogan. Oh my God, Neil. Hey Stanley, how you doing, buddy? Hi, how's my boy? How's my boy Stanley? Good to see you. How are you? Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Still some trees. When the trees came down not too long ago. Oh, what a mess of trees here in Campbellford. All over the place. Look at these. The ice storm there just not too long ago. Got the guy coming to do my yard tomorrow. There's my place here. Big pile of dead branches up on the lawn. Home again, home again. Jiggity jig. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So much thanks to Ed for arranging to bring me out, which was amazing, and to all the people at Kenora who treated me and Neil so well, and to Neil for coming along with me to make sure I don't lose my way, and for the weather. Whoever brought us that great weather. Jesus, I came back here and it was sunny the day we got back. I said, "Oh, excellent! It's happening everywhere." Yeah, I was wrong. The girls are home though. Cassidy's home. I went and picked her up from the airport. She's home for a little bit, and we're all very excited by that. And her and Caitlin are both here in the house, which is cool. Totally different energy once again. It's awesome though. Allison's enjoying it.
Oh, they coming out for the sing-along?
They are, but not this week. But they're here for a bit. But we're going to end with one song before we get into... This song is a flashback to a time when time travel looked ahead to next week. And it talks about next week where we're celebrating the DAG sessions. I think we're going to play the whole record or something like that, which is really cool. No, that's not what we're doing at all. Allison is now rolling her eyes and looking at the girls saying, "See what I have to deal with? This isn't what the next week is at all." Next week I'm away. Next week I am doing a show somewhere that shall remain not discussed, but I am out of the province, and Allison has put together a 75-minute video called The DAG Sessions, which goes way back to the first time we played every song live. So she's got a version of each one of the first songs, and then a little bit of sort of how it ended off and how it developed and stuff, and in little bits of us talking about the record over the couple of years we made it and stuff. So it's a 75-minute video called the DAG Sessions Special. So we're not actually here next week, and we're not playing the DAG Sessions songs at all. There's a pre-recorded video compiled of the past and will be shown in the future and discussed in the present. Wow. I watched a show about time travel last night, and no, I didn't. What did we watch?
I don't know, I wasn't here.
I watched something last night that had to do with people coming from a different time. Oh yeah, Tomorrow War. War of Tomorrow. Tomorrow's war, the war that will happen the day after today. But it wasn't tomorrow, it was like future war. But future war doesn't sound as cool as tomorrow war, I guess, because it was actually 30 years in the future. So it should have been called 30-year future war.
Keep doing it, Neil. You don't need to shot here.
Oh my. And the whatchamacallit tonight, the video rewind, seeing as how Caitlin and Cassidy are here. The video rewind tonight is Caitlin and Cassidy with the trio playing Sonny's Dream upstairs from 2020. Oh my good lord.
That should embarrass them quite well.
I what I'm thinking. Yeah, Roger made a comment earlier about the sound changing again. Yeah, I've moved everything. I'm using a hybrid set of interfaces, including the Apollo, the Universal. So that allows me to use Luna to actually mix the show, and I can use all the UAD plugins, which are, I find, far superior to other plugins. So that's kind of what's helping us out over there with the EQs and the compressors, actually having some really nice stuff that you can fine-tune to our voices. So I'm slowly tweaking that. I may be overdoing the computer. May have to discuss with Barry actually bringing his laptop over on Wednesdays and running the audio from one and the video from the other. maxing out on CPUs here, but I'm going to keep tweaking on that anyways. Next week is the DAG Session Special, where we're going to play the whole record live here in the studio, I believe. Is that what's happening?
Not according to what she said.
I'm just kidding. The DAG Session Special next week, something that Allison's put together. It's fantastic. I'm really excited for you to see that. And I'll be back the following week with a little story about where I was, perhaps. Either way. Anyways, thank you all for coming out. I'm just going to sort of take a little look here and say good night to everybody. Debbie, Glenn Gerard, good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tony and Debbie and Tony and Ed. Thank you for all the best from Kenora, absolutely. Steve Stofalo, Ron B. Ron, we're drinking your whiskey tonight. Oh, and we're also using the Lake of the Woods Brewing Company glasses that Chad gave us. So we're drinking our whiskey with the Lake of the Woods glasses. Thank you, Chad, for these. Lake of Woods Brewery is a big brewery up there, which we didn't get to because we kept going to Chad's. Cause it was,
but we did drink.
We certainly drank their beer, yeah, and it was delicious. They had one that was I was drinking like one night, it was like a Corona. It was like a Mexican version of Corona. No, it was like their version of a Mexican Corona. Blah, 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 blah. But you had one of the darks, which you really liked.
A nut brown ale. I think it was English nut brown ale. And being an English nut, I thought that I would try it. Yeah.
What was the one we were drinking at the end? It was kind of
the far end.
Had like spices in it or something, sultana or something.
No, that's right. It was called sultana.
Really?
Which is well, at least. That's
is a sultana like a raisin or something?
Yeah.
Is that a sultana?
No, I think it actually was S-U-L-T. Oh,
I hope it wasn't raisin beer.
We could look online.
I hate raisins. I hope I didn't drink raisin beer.
It didn't taste like raisins to me, so I don't think you've got any reason to think so.
Oh, Neil, you have such a raison d'etre to you.
Yes, that's right.
Does that even make sense if it translates? I don't even know what raison d'etre means. Sorry, I never did.
No, it doesn't, but never mind.
I barely speak English, folks. Give me a break. Mr. Grant, was there anything to report this week before we go to the final video?
Anything to report? I don't know.
Usually have something.
It's, some sort of obit about something.
Yeah, no, I don't have any obit.
Mr. Grant's obituary, nothing.
I know there's a...
That'd be a good feature. I kind of like that.
I know there's
not sure as personally, of course. But.
There's a good new video out on Ellen McElwain called Queen of Slide.
Oh.
Check it out. She's was a first-rate guitar player, slide player.
Okay. And this is out on YouTube or Netflix?
Not sure where. It's on CBC Jam, but it's on other places as well.
First rate, so Bonnie Raitt was the second.
Yeah, right. Well, Helen jammed with Jimi Hendrix back in the folk days of the early 60s, before he was Jimi Hendrix,
What was her name again? Just
Ellen McElwain.
Ellen McElwain. Okay.
Yeah, and had a on and off again relationship with the music industry, and ended up driving a school bus in Calgary.
Yeah, good for her, I think. I mean, the music industry, if you end up in any sort of relationship with it. David, did you get out fishing this weekend?
I went out paddling.
You went out paddling?
Yeah.
Did you see any fish moving around?
They're waking up.
They're waking up. Yeah. While you were paddling, did you happen to have a little something with you? You flicked in the water just to see?
I was more worried about not falling in the drink and getting wet and cold, so it was more just a refresher.
And the water's probably not easy to be in right now because it's moving pretty fast, right?
It's moving real quick.
Yeah, so you're either moving with it or paddling against it.
And it is cold. How long do you last if you end up in the water?
You got about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, that's recent frozen water. I mean, that's going to be chilly. Yeah.
I'll be out with the fish finder and stuff this weekend, so I'll report in on what the actual water temperature.
Oh, okay, excellent.
My pond is 45 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, but that's kind of, it's not still water, but doesn't have any, that's been unfrozen for a while, right? Yeah, but that's still freezing.
That's cold.
Yeah, that's cold. Barry, everything good at your place?
Everything's good at my place.
Excellent. Send our love over to your lovely wife there.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in once again. Next week is the Dag Session Special, a video prepared especially by Allison for all of you. Thank you to the town of Kenora, Ed and Leonard and everybody else there who helped out all weekend.
Darcy, the music teacher.
Darcy, the music teacher.
Sound man.
Yeah,
did a fantastic.
Did everything, and there are so many teachers out there that are working so well with the community. It's just great. Of course the vault for taking care of us every night, and all the food we had was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into a little Sonny's Dream. Next week we'll see you. This is myself with my daughters. When you're out, be cool, be nice, be healthy, and be like Steve. Take care. Let's do a little Sonny's Dream. 1, 2, 3.
Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space. You can kick off your shoes, you can give up the race. You can lay down your head by a sweet riverbed, and Sonny always remembers what it was his mother said. 1, 2. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. These nights get so long, the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Sonny carries a load, though he's barely a man. There ain't all that to do, but he does what he can. And he watches the seas from a room by the stairs, and the waves keep on rolling. They've done that for years. 1, 2. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. These nights get so long, the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong.
It's 100 miles to town. Sonny's never been there, and he goes to the highway and he stares, and the mail comes at 4, and the mailman is old, and Sonny still dreams his dreams full of silver and gold. Sonny's dreams can't be real, they're just stories he's read. Stars in his eyes, just dreams in his head, and he's hungry inside for the wild world outside. And I know I'll never hold him, though I've tried and I've tried.
Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. And these nights get so long, the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. These nights get so long, the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong.
Once again, thanks for spending another Wednesday with us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer, Yorkville, and a Longtooth Beverage Company for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday wrap-up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.
On a Jim Beam cannon.